today we are going to discuss some of the deep spiritual secrets of Lalita Sahasranam as well as Sri Vidya sadhana. Since you have explained about Maa Lalita so well, I have heard Maa Lalita Tripura Sundari is called as Lalita Tripura Sundari as well. So why we call her Maha and why we call her Tripura Sundari?
Lalita Tripura Sundari creates that irresistible attraction of the consciousness of its source. This makes Sri Mata Sri Lalita Tripura Sundari.
There is a verse in Lalita Sahasranam. Ashtami Chandra Vibraj Dalikastal Shobita Mukchanda Kalanka Megnami Visheshika. Here, if I cannot able to understand much, but somewhere I feel it is describing how goddess looks like.
They know more about her. So, whatever they know about her has been composed into Lalita Sahasranama. That is, the secret of Sri Vidya, the practice of Sri Vidya is Lalita Sahasranama. From where the universe came from? From where the universe manifested? That is Sri Mata. We call her Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti. Not only she is that, she is the cause for that. Because when I say the Shri is Lakshmi, the Shri is Saraswati, and Shri is also Kali, then Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, everything comes there.
True.
Common people like me and you may not be aware of it. She also refers to poison.
And Shodashi is the name of the goddess. Many sadhakas call her Shodashi also.
You add one more seed syllable there to make it that Shodashi mantra. That is the 16th aspect of the moon, which is not visible but only experienced. That is called Shodashi.
This podcast is sponsored by Healing World. Shri Mate Nama to all of you. A very warm welcome to another episode of Healing World Presents Spiritual Talks with Bhavay. Friends, today we are in Rishikesh and today we are having Guruji Atmanand Nathaji in a studio, and today we are going to discuss some of the deep spiritual secrets of Lalita Sahasranam as well as Sri Vidya sadhana. These are those secrets which you might not have heard anywhere else till date, because these are those deep secrets which not many people are aware about it. So I request you to please watch this episode till end and do share this episode with your friends and family. Guruji, a very warm welcome to our podcast.
Shri Matre Namaha.
Shri Mate Namaha.
Gurave Sarva Lokanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Lakshinam Utsaye Namaha. I'm very happy to be the part of this. What's happening now today as a podcast. And as Bhavay said now, it's Lalita Sahasranama. Let me not talk, let me answer only his questions, because if I start doing, it will become a discourse than a podcast. So that way, better we start, please.
Guruji, the very first thing that I want to ask before we start with Lalita Sahasranama, I want to ask you about who is Maa Lalita Tripura Sundari? Because we always discuss about Lalita Sahasranam, we discuss about her stotras, but who is Maa? Please tell us something about her.
It seems to be a very simple question for you. And to answer or explain that, it may take one's life. The question is that you are asking that, what is this universe? How do you understand it? The same thing. If you ask me who is Sri Mata, who is Sri Vidya, similarly, it's not that easy to answer. Who is that? But anyway, we should begin somewhere. It is infinite, but we should start somewhere. We understand her as Sri Mata or Lalita Tripura Sundari as Sri Mata, as of us know to begin with, right?
True.
So we start what Sri Mata really mean. And it looks like very simple. Sri Mata, the mother, that's all. Mother of what? Mother of you and me? The mother of universe. From where the universe came from? From where the universe manifested? That is Sri Mata. I think that's the best way of putting it. Still, if we can divide this Sri Mata into Sri and Mata separately, we can still go a little beyond that, though keeping that original information, original meaning as intact. Sri Mata, as I said, it is the mother. Why she is accepted as mother? Easy to approach her. For anything from animal to the evolved animal, human, the mother is only the thing which we can approach easily. So to make it that universal consciousness and energy easily approachable, our rishis called it as mata. So you need not have a difficulty or fear, whatever it is, to approach that. So what cannot be easily approachable, what cannot be really understood, what cannot be really realized, to make it easy to approach, we call that supreme consciousness and energy or power as Sri Mata. The Mata is the mother. Then what is she? The question comes. If I simply say she is the power of the consciousness, will it stop? No, it doesn't stop. It begins. What is that consciousness? Which is jada, immovable, inactive, inaction, no activity, dormant. You can go on telling as many words you want to use on that consciousness. To make that consciousness to act, there needs a power. That is Sri Mata. I should say, the power of consciousness is Sri Vidya. Sri Mata. Agree? Then what is consciousness then? That's also she, in a different form. So, to make us to people like, fools like us to understand, our great sadhakas, learned scholars, they identified the consciousness as prajna or Shiva, which is jada, stagnant, stationary, whatever you call it. And the Mata as the power of that consciousness, making him Shiva. So, in fact, are they two different things? The consciousness and power? seems to be two, but they are not. The consciousness and the power of consciousness are one. Together is Srimata. That's why, to make us understand, our rishis given us a form to understand the consciousness and the power together in the form of Ardhanarishwar, which has got the consciousness is depicted as the Shiva and the power as Shakti. Together is Srimata. Then what Lalita Sahasranama is? It is both. It is not attributed to only consciousness or the power. It is together because it begins with the Srimata, the mother of everything, mother of the universe, and concludes with Shiva Shakti Roopini Lalita Ambika. So, in that Srimata itself, it embedded Shiva Shakti Roopini, you cannot really understand. It begins with Srimata. And what is Srimata? It concludes, she is Shiva Shakti Roopini. That means it is the consciousness and the power of the consciousness together is Srimata. Doesn't stop there. The Sri has many meanings. Many meanings. Seems to be a respected word today. Sri. I call you Sri so and so. Right?
True.
I call somebody Sri so and so. She's. And if you want to address the women, we call Srimati. I will talk about that Mati afterwards. Now I'll be diverting if I talk to Mati now. I'll confine to Sri now. Auspiciousness also. Sri. We cannot forget. The Bhaskar Makin writes this. This Sri word, or I could say, should I say a word or a letter? Depends on how we understand it. It can be a word also, it can be a letter also. It can be a syllable also. Shri. Is also refers to Lakshmi. Yes? All Akshri. Shri is Lakshmi. Shri is all that wealth. We call Shri. Whatever that gives you happiness is Shri. The wealth is Shri, money is Shri, gold is Shri, house is Shri. Whatever that gives you, what all you desire is Shri. Huh? So, that Shri is referred to as Lakshmi, right?
True.
No doubt. Nobody can dispute here.
True.
Hai na? Shri, if I consider as Lakshmi, then separately Mata. She is the mother of Lakshmi. What is the other meaning? Is it only the wealth, etc. is only Shri? No. The knowledge also Shri. I think nobody can dispute here, I'm sure. Even knowledge is Shri. If I name that knowledge or Gnana as Saraswati, Shri Mata, the mother of Saraswati also. Then what she is then? She is above everything. She is the mother for everybody. Mother of everything. The mother of wealth, mother of comfort, mother of Gnana also. Knowledge also. Both together. So, other verse. She is all. She is the mother of Icha. She is the mother of Gnana. The mother of Kriya. Though she herself is that Kriya Shakti, Icha Shakti, Gnana Shakti, How she become that? Because even that is produced by her only. Even the simply, I think it is mind. No, really, it's when I say we call her Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti. Not only she is that, she is the cause for that. Because when I say the Shri is Lakshmi, the Shri is Saraswati, and Shri is also Kali, then Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, everything comes there.
True.
So she is the mother of all that thing is Shri Mata. There's another very subtle meaning I want to give you. Why? Most of the scholars know that. Maybe the very common people like me and you may not be aware of it. She also refers to poison, venom. Guruji, what are you talking? No, I'm talking sense. Because the Shiva is called Vishakantha, no doubt.
True, agree.
Nilakantha, doubt.
No doubt.
We have Nilakantha nearby.
Yeah.
Because he kept that mythology during the churning of the ocean. We'll see at later some other episodes what is churning and all as we proceed. Now we'll stop there. The poison came and he just gulped it and kept here. That's why it's called Nilakantha. Nilakantha accepted by all of us. Yes, it is blue. Vishakantha accepted. Visha is poison accepted. We also call him Shrikantha. Is it not so? Have you heard of this name Shrikantha? Huh? The Shiva's name is Shrikantha also. If people are not aware, please refer the name, many names of Shiva. You find Shrikantha also. Why I am referring this Shrikantha here? Maybe people in North may not be aware of this, but people in South are aware of this Shrikantha. Because we have the ancient temple near Mysore in Karnataka called Shrikanteshwara. The linga is there. Shiva is called Shrikanteshwara. So what is the Shrikanteshwara is then? The Kantha is throat, who has got Shri in that. So in what Shri then? It is poison. And it is also called, same Shrikanteshwara is called Nanjundeshwara also in Kannada. That Nanju in Kannada means poison. So why I am telling is, why Shrikantha? Shri is poison. Because he is called Nanjundeshwara. Nanju in Kannada is the poison. The same temple, the same Shivalinga is also called Shrikanteshwara. That means Nanjundeshwara and Shrikanteshwara is not different. The same. So Shrikantha is also for Shiva, who has kept that poison in his Shrikantha. So Shri Mata, she is the Mata for Shrikantha also. So when we say the mother of the universe, everything, Guruji, you call her the consort of Shiva or Shiva Shakti, Aikya Rupini, that Aikya has, the union has resulted in the manifestations of the universe. Then you also call her mother? Why not, my dear? Why not? For a common people like us, The Brahma, one of the Trimurtis, we call it as Srishtikarta, who function under the control of that universal consciousness. One of the faculties, Srishti. So there is nothing before them. Is it not Saraswati is your own creation? Is it not he became father of Saraswati? Did he not also become the consort of Brahma? So, the mother, father, consort, all these are our imaginations. So, if I say, learned scholars should excuse me for that. Sri Mata is the mother of Shiva also, the consort of Shiva also. I stand by this. Because the mother and child also are inseparable, my dear, at the beginning state of in the womb.
True.
Afterwards, that is cut off when they come to you. Otherwise, they are together. Is it not so? Nobody disputes this. And she is the consort also. He became consort because without the power, the consciousness is not capable of manifesting this universe which was unmanifested. I make very clear, always I mention this. Is it universe is created or manifested? Whatever it is. What the difference, Guruji, you are talking about? Creation is something new coming up. It doesn't exist. The manifestation is, it was unmanifested, it become manifested.
True.
So the creation and manifestation has a very thin line of difference. So without the power of the consciousness, this unmanifested universe would not have become manifested. That is Sri Mata, who made this. I think I have mentioned everything about Sri Mata.
Amazing, Guruji, amazing. What a lovely explanation of Maa Lalita. Guruji, I have one more question for you. Since you have explained about Maa Lalita so well, I have heard Maa Lalita Tripura Sundari is called as Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari as well. So, why we call her Maha and why we call her Tripura Sundari?
You given me not one name now. You have given Lalita, you have told me Maha, you said Tripura and Sundari. It seems to be a single name of Ambar, but we can try to understand it in all part by part also. Still we can also look into it together. See, as I mentioned already, Sri Kantha is a Shiva. We understood with Sri separately and Kantha separately, then combined. Similarly, first let us see Lalita. Lalita in Sanskrit, of course, everybody knows, it's not a new thing for them, but still, I repeat. Lalitya. What is Lalitya? It is playful. What is playful? Is it like a child playing? The answer is yes and no also. The child plays for its own happiness. It has no limitation for playing. It uses different things to play. There, child only enjoy. Whereas Lalita used the whole universe as a tool for her play. In that, she makes the whole universe to be also happy and she's also happy. She enjoys it. So that Lalita is unique. I simply cannot say playful. Her playfulness makes the whole universe also playful. You are in tune with Lalita. You are Lalita Upasaka. Means you are also playful. And the playful is what? There is unexplained ananda inside. Can you go understand the child's mind in its playing? You can't explain. You only experienced when you were a child.
True.
Is it not so?
True.
So she is in that state in Lalita. And who worship her, who does her upasana, also to be Lalita. You understand that? So that Lalita has to come to oneself. The very purpose of Sri Vidya is to get that state of mind Lalita. That is Lalita.
True.
Okay. And before going to Maha, I come to Tripura. Then I add Maha. Tripura is three, Pura is cities. What cities we are referring there? Three has an important role in the universe, in her play also, in Lalita. She plays with what? Present, future and past. She plays between Swarga, Martya, Patala, three lokas. She plays between three avasthas, three states of any animal for that matter. Human, including human being. Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupti. I can go on giving three, so many. Three gunas. Sattvika, Rajasa, Tamasa. Three doshas. There you can go on making a very big list of three. So that Tripura is Maha. That is many threes, I should say. It's not great, I should say. Maha Tripura is many Tripuras. All put together great. Jagra Sapna Shushupti Nam Sakshi Bhutyai Namo Namaha is one of the namas in Lalita Ashtotra. So still how much I should say? Srishti Siti Laya. Already I mentioned. Guna. I'm not recording everything right now. My memory is getting poor now with my age. Like I can go on giving so many three. All that threes are referred to as cities. Where she dwells. City is what? Well, so where Lalita dwells? In all these threes. Sattvika, Tamasa, Guna, she dwells. Jagra, Shukti, she dwells. So all these three Puras, Lalita resides. That is Lalita Maha Tripura ho gaya. The Sundari is another very important word. Then we can combine everything. What Sundari is one? What we normally understand Sundari, in our normal understanding, beauty, right? Yes. What normally beauty does?
Attracts.
So this Sundari also should attract. Is it that the physical beauty of Sundari, so Lalita Tripura Sundari attracts us. What is that quality of the Sundari here? She has no form. How can she attract? She is formless. Nirakara, Nirguna, Saguna. See, I said Nirguna, so I tell her. I also say she dwells and plays with all these gunas also. Both Siguna and Nirguna. Sundari. Attraction. You said. What attraction? Attraction of consciousness. Huh? Yes. Attraction to where? Attraction of consciousness to its source. So I am referring to consciousness into its source. This Sundari meaning I am giving maybe in public first time. I don't think I spoke on this Sundari any time. This Sundari is the attraction of consciousness to where? To its source.
Wow.
Before going to see what the source of consciousness, what is this attraction? Simply attraction? No. Irresistible attraction. I want to add an adjective here to make what Sundari refers to. Sundari is irresistible attraction of consciousness. It attracts to where? Somewhere, to source. So now, Lalita Tripura Sundari, together we added. Combined together by her playfulness, where? With all Tripuras, that playfulness resulting into what? Irresistible attraction to the consciousness to its source. I think I have answered Lalita Tripura Sundari.
Awesome.
Together.
Amazing. Again, amazing, Guruji. I have never heard such a detailed explanation.
This is Lalita Tripura Sundari.
Gratitude for this.
You didn't ask me another question. When I said irresistible attraction of the consciousness to its source. What is that source? Has to be answered. When I say attraction of the consciousness to the source, what I should say? Has consciousness as any source? Yes. Consciousness, the source is when it was not manifested. The unmanifestation state of consciousness is the source, is it not so? Then I can call it also unlimited or infinite. Can I call it bliss? I am too small, or any human being is quite small to explain the source of the consciousness. Because it is an experience of a sadhaka who experience that source of consciousness. So, Lalita Tripura Sundari creates that irresistible attraction of the consciousness of its source. This makes Sri Mata, Sri Lalita Tripura Sundari.
Awesome. Awesome, Guruji. Awesome. Really, I have never ever heard such sort of detailed explanation, and really gratitude for this. Guruji, I want to ask you one thing. There is a verse in Lalita Sahasranam. Ashtami Chandra Vibra Dalikastal Shobita Mukchanda Kalanka Megnami Visheshika. Here, if I cannot able to understand much, but somewhere I feel it is describing how goddess looks like or something about the beauty of goddess. So can you put some light on that?
I have to give a little introduction to that before right away going to Ashtami Chandra Vibhajla Dalikastala Shobita. Because Lalita Sahasranama as a whole, it is not just the 1,000 namas of Lalita as normally a common man understands. It is like all Sahasranamas, we are praising the divinity. If I talk about Shiva Sahasranama, I talk about calling Shiva in 1,000 names. If I say Vishnu Sahasranama, I am calling Vishnu in 1,000 names. Anything for that matter. Lalita Sahasranama, though it seems to be praising her with all 1,000 names, doesn't stop there. Whenever I speak, I always mention, and to remind people, some small word is left in Lalita Sahasranama, Viniyogaha. Asya Shri Lalita Sahasranama Stotramala Mantrasya Pashinyadi, all that comes. There, one word missing from the original text while making it known. Asya Shri Lalita Sahasranama rahasya stotramala mantrasya. The Lalita Sahasranama is having a esoteric meaning. The namas are rahasya. Then why you chant? They should be kept secret. Then when something is kept secret, you cannot chant. You cannot make it public. This is once again, the namas are not secret.
Okay.
Is it Lalita is secret?
No.
Sri Mata is secret?
No.
Maharagni is secret?
No.
None of the namas are secret. They are praising her. But every nama has a secret meaning of Sri Vidya. Yes. Rahasya Sahasranama Stotramala Mantrasya. So, Vashinyadi Vagdevata Rushayaha is one which supposed to have chanted it first and reduced to writing. Once again, Vashinyadi Vagdevata are not the physical form. What I uttered, every word of mine is only Vagdevata. Not me, you also. Whatever we talk is the Bhiksha of Lalita. That's called Vagdevata. So, whoever has composed Lalita Sahasranama, they referred it to Vagdevata. There are 8 Vagdevatas, and it is their Vak. I am only, he don't want to take credit for him. He said, it is Vashinyadi Vagdevata. Why they could write? They are close to Sri Mata in Sri Chakra. They know more about her. So, whatever they know about her has been composed into Lalita Sahasranama. That is, the secret of Sri Vidya, the practice of Sri Vidya is Lalita Sahasranama. The entire Sri Vidya Tantra, which is spread over number of texts, maybe Vamakeshwara Tantra you can quote, or Tantra Tantra, Yogini Hridaya, Parashurama Kalpasutra, all this we can quote, which speaks about Sri Vidya practice. The essence of all this is Lalita Sahasranama.
True.
So that's why it's called rahasya Sahasranama Stotra Mala Mantrasya. So in the first 46 or 48 namas, because my number is, I'm poor, I think 46 only, speaks about her physical form. Though she has no physical form, to make the Sri Vidya aspirant, Sri Vidya sadhaka, to picturize herself and then go further into subtler and subtlest forms. That's why it goes down from the physical form to Kundalini form, and then para and all it goes. I don't want, that's a different subject altogether. So in that only it comes Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja Kalastha. Why Ashtami Chandra is a question. Before that, talk about Chandra, I should also say Sri Vidya Lalita Tripura Sundari is Chandra Kala. Ashtami Chandra also. The moon has 15 aspects. Every day you can see a different aspect of moon. That the sunlight, whatever exposed on moon, is the Kala. So whatever we see in the moon is the light of moon, light of sun. Is it not so? But in different colors, aspects, from Padhyami to Paurnami, ascending, and once again
Descending.
becomes Amavasya. And each day is attributed to one Nitya Devi, Titi Nityas, and that's another, once again, need not talk about it now. So in that Ashtami is, that Kala is common, while from new moon to full moon, and full moon to new moon, the Ashtami Chandra is constant.
True.
So that's why Lalita is mentioned as, that's why she is holding Ardha Chandra. Even Shiva also, not full moon. Though we call him as Chandra Shekhara, he is only half moon. So that half moon here, this half moon here. Both Ashtamis only. Is it not so?
True.
So, Ashtami Chandra, with that Ashtami Chandra, you can visualize her as Ashtami Chandra means that is the sun, light of the sun, neither it is less or more, it's in the middle. That is Ashtami Chandra is mentioned. Having mentioned it, what happens in Amavasya, I should speak now, because you told Ashtami. There's a merging of sun and moon on that day.
Okay.
Because there is no light on sun on there.
True.
That's why Amavasya is very powerful for sadhanas. It is not dark. It is merging together, together. That's why there is no reflection. See, when you are awake, there is a reflection, and there is no reflection. So, just because it is dark, we made it inauspicious. Because darkness, nothing we can do. So, most of the rituals, we don't do it on Amavasya. But for a spiritual sadhana, for a mantra sadhana, or any other rituals connected to our spiritual practice, Amavasya is the best time. Because Amavasya and Purnima, both times, there is a 16th Kala, Shodasha Kala, beyond 15. which is cannot be seen but only experienced. That's Shodashi. She is that. So I think I answered you that. And
Amazing, Guruji, amazing. Actually, I was not aware about all these things, but I was aware about a little bit about Nityas. But since we are discussing about Shodashi right now, since you have said Shodashi right now, so my one thing I want to know, Shodashi is also a mantra in a Sri Vidya, and Shodashi is the name of the goddess. Many sadhakas call her Shodashi also. So, and I have heard little about that. Shodashi is like 16-year-old girl form of a goddess. So, can you little bit explain about this Shodashi? What exactly it is?
you asked me about the Shodashi now. And it is commonly understood for the common people to understand that Shodashi is 16 years. It's okay, because the understanding of different type of people are different. We have to teach them in the language what they understand. Finally, they want to get devoted to the divine. So what we learn in primary school, the physics in high school, also physics. But somebody does masters in physics, subject to wahi hai. But learning pattern is different. Learning something is more than that. So Shodashi, really speaking, it is not the 16 years or something like that. It is the 16th kala of Chandra, moon, which is not visible but experienced. That is Shodashi. So there's a mantra also for that, because I cannot reveal the mantra.
Sure.
The Panchadashi, most of the name people knowing the mantra, otherwise we know Panchadashi Sri Vidya mantra. There, those 15 seed syllables represents 15 nityas also. Each syllable represents from Kameshwar to Chitra nityas. The Shodashi is, you add one more seed syllable there to make it that Shodashi mantra. That is the 16th aspect of the moon, which is not visible but only experienced. That is called Shodashi. She is Shodashi. Shodashi is a mantra on one side. The other side, that mantra depicts beyond the 15 colors of moon, beyond that 15 aspects of moon. Nitya Shodashika Rupa Shrikant Ardha Sharirini is one of the namas. Now you see, having asked me about Shodashi, you got the answer for Shrikanta also. Shrikanta I spoke.
True.
And I said people may not be aware in North. But Lalita Sahasranama has got Shrikanta now. Shrikanta Ardha Sharirini. Shrikanta is once again what I mentioned. Shrikanta is the one who has the poison held at his throat. Ardha Narishvara Tattva. Once again come here. So what is this? Nitya. Nitya is not every day. Nitya is Titi Nityas.
True.
He is Nitya. She is Shodashika Rupa. This is the 16th kala. And that 16th kala is Shrikanta Ardha Sharirini. This is the perfect meaning of Nitya Shodashika Rupa Shrikanta Ardha Sharirini. While chanting Nitya Shodashika Rupa, so what we understand is she is Shodashi always. That's how we understand. But if you chant properly, Nitya Shodashika Rupa, then she is also Mahanitya. The 15 Nityas up to Chitra is regular Nityas, 15 Nityas. The Mahanitya is Shodashi. Nitya Shodashika Rupa is referring to Mahanitya. That 16th Nitya is Our Mahanitya is Shri Kantarda Sharirini. That is the Shiva Shakti Rupani, also same thing. That is consciousness and the power being together. They're inseparable. That is the meaning of Shodashika Rupa, Nitya Shodashika Rupa. And this is the, so Shodashi mantra it talks about 16th kala of Chandra, Nitya Shodashika. So that means she is 16 Nitya, meaning that if you properly understand Nitya Shodashika, then whatever the commentary available on Lalita Sahasranama, I am too small a person to comment on that. I don't want to. But when I say my understanding is Nitya Shodashika is she is the 16th Nitya. That is Mahanitya. That is the correct meaning of that. So your Shodashi is answered.
Thanks a lot, Guruji. Whatever you have explained is like a gem because I have never heard such a deep explanations about all the topics that we have covered in this podcast. I'm really grateful to you that you have came for this and we have shot this episode.
I'm happy that before concluding this episode, I have done many podcasts on many platforms. Today I'm extremely happy because I am talking to somebody who is also into Sri Vidya. That's a great opportunity for me today. I'm talking to someone whom I can speak. More than speaking to the audience, of course, but I'm also speaking to a Sri Vidya upasaka. That is gives me a different experience today. Thank you, my dear.
Thanks a lot, Guruji. It's a big blessing for me that you have acknowledged that. I'm really grateful for this. Thanks a lot, Guruji. And I would like to say, if any one of you want to connect with Guruji, all the details of Guruji have been shared in the description box. And if you want to learn Sri Vidya sadhana, I have shared the contact details of Guruji and Guruji's teams as well. You can connect with them and you can also join Guruji on his Instagram and YouTube channels. All the details have been shared in the description box. And I request you all to please share this podcast among the Sri Vidya sadhakas and with your friends and family members so that they can able to understand what this sadhana exactly is, what are the deep secrets of this sadhana is, and we should not take it lightly like we are taking these days right now. So we will see you all in the next episode. Shri Mate Namaha.